What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Coach Lee. It's a late night, but hang in there with you boys, because the juices are still flowing. The Cowboys did their thing tonight. They came right off the bat. But welcome to the first episode of the OT Start Talk, where we come with you with the Cowboys post-game analysis, feedback, and all the other good stuff, man. And I know it's early. You know, if you know your boy, I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon right away. One game at a time. I'm definitely going to be consistent. But, man, with that being said, man.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Hey, they brought that heat tonight, man. They took out the division rival, the New York Football Giants. I thought they was going to have a little better showing than what they did. But, man, they beat them up pretty bad. Unless you hadn't had other things to do or you're a diehard sports fan or something like that, you probably missed it. Maybe you didn't, but the Cowboys took out the New York Giants tonight, man. It was 40-0, 26-0 at halftime. And, man, I did not expect that. I thought the Giants were going to have a better showing than what they did. They were a playoff team last year. It seemed like they had built on some success, with the new coach coming in there, cleaning up some things, turning, as far as turnovers, especially, from Danny Dimes and whatnot. But, man, it's like they didn't know what hit them right off the bat. And if you don't know what happened, man, the Giants got the ball first. They moved down the field. They line up to attempt a field goal. And this kind of set the tone for the night.
And the Giants' good-looking drive is going to end in a long field goal attempt. Crushed rubber that they lay at the bottom of these field turf surfaces. Graham Gano, the veteran, 36 years old. Great through by Thomas, who blocked it. and Igbenogany has it for Dallas. Noah Igbenogany stays in bounds, and the Cowboys special teams gets the first score of the year.
And just like that, the Cowboys was on the board. Noah Igbenogany, he returned a blocked field goal, like they said, for a 58-yard tub on the opening series. Right after that, DeRon Bland had a great rookie season last year, 5 picks, picked right up where he left off at. He on the very next series, he had a pick 6. I'm sorry, it was a little bit later in the first quarter, rather. He had a pick 6, took it back to the house, man. And the beat down was on. And they don't know what hit him. They didn't know what hit him. It was just like first year's RB1. Solid showing from him tonight. He did score 2 short touchdowns. But man, Dallas forced 3 turnovers. They sacked Daniel Jones 7 times. Again, they shut out New York. I think that was the biggest shutout, I think they said, for opening night game since 2009. I think it was Philly did it to Cleveland or something of the sorts. But, it was a beat down tonight. And as far as, New York, they were supposed to have an improved offense. They went out there, got Danny down some weapons. It don't look like that helped tonight. I know it's still early. It's one game, like I said. If you know your boy, I don't jump off the deep end. I'm not going to holler, this or a year, none of that stuff. One game at a time. I'm always going to be consistent. I leave that for somebody else to do. But with that being said, man, they beat the Giants for the 5th straight time. And I think that's 12 out of the last 13 meetings. So they've roughed them up pretty bad. I think that shutout loss was the largest between the two teams. Then the last time it was a shutout, I think Cowboys beat the Giants 35-0 back in 1995. Definitely not going that route. It's not a Super Bowl year. Like I say, one game at a time. We get there, we get there. We don't. You know how your boy is. But it was also the Cowboys' biggest season opening shutouts. I think that one was 38-0 win over the Colts, but that's way back in '78. I was still riding big wheels back then. I was a young tyke back then. But again, this is supposed to be the game that was supposed to be a statement game for the Giants, so to speak. I know it's Cowboys show, but the Giants it was just something off about them tonight. A lot of people thought they had closed the gap with Dallas and Philadelphia, who are the defending NFC East champions, but that was not the case tonight. And again, I know Dak didn't do that much. I get it, but he has to do that much. Dak does his best when he is not put into a position to have to win the game for us. Just because you got the star in your helmet don't mean you got to go out there and be a gunslinger like the Romos, the Danny Whites, the Troy Aikmans, the Roger Staubachs, and so on. We don't need all that. We just need you to not be the reason that we lose the game. So for Dak, he did pretty good. I was a little bit nervous at first. We got the rookie kicker, Brandon Aubrey. He did go out there and he missed the first extra point we had. But then after that, he proceeded to hit all his kicks. I think he hit about 6 or 7 of the next kicks, whatever the case may be. But man, that was fun. That was a lot of fun to watch. I think my wife told me I had to be quiet a little bit. I was in the back keeping up all types of ruckus. But yeah, I do show a little bit of excitement because my favorite team was balling tonight. As far as the halftime shutout margin, I think that was the 4th most lopsided for week 1 for a home team since the Bucks trailed the Eagles back in '88. You know me, I like to give out a little history. I'm a history buff when it comes to NFL. But Pollard, he was the leading back. He's taking over for Zeke, who was released, now plays for the Patriots during the offseason. But he had that 1-yard run. Kevontae Turpin, he didn't get many touches last year. And if you follow the Cowboys like I do during the offseason, they kept coming out now that Mike McCarthy's calling the plays. He said he wants to set the tone, get some rhythm to the offense, establish the running game, which feeds into the play action for Dallas. The Texas Coast, as they call it now, he kept the same, it's the West Coast offense, but he kept the same terminology that Dak was used to from, the previous offense coordinator, Kellen Moore, before him, Jason Garrett. So the Texas Coast is what they dubbed it. So with that being said, Mike McCarthy during the offseason, he kept saying that they wanted to get Cavante Turpin the ball more, and it looked like they went through and had an actual effort to try to do so tonight. He himself he had a 7-yard touchdown run in the fourth. But again, a game changed in the opening series, man. Um, New York looked like they was about to do their thing. They took the open kickoff, went down the field, um, got to the Dallas 8. Saquon established himself early on. But I think after that, until Saquon had like that 17-yard run in the fourth quarter, early in the fourth, I think after that first series and up until then, I think he had 11 carries for 33 yards. That defense stymied him tonight. Uh, yeah, man, it's a lot of fun tonight, man. As far as the injuries, you know, Tyler Smith didn't play tonight. Um, I think Edoga replaced him. He got a little injured. And then he was replaced by TJ Bass, who had a great preseason. For the Giants, Deontay Banks, he left the field late in the first half with cramps and didn't return. It's expected. It's the first one. So got a couple of segments here for you. So that's a little bit of 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 the analysis of the game. But my pregame thoughts, again, I thought the Giants would show more of a game in there. I thought they would be a little bit more established. They got some weapons. They brought in Darren Waller from the Raiders via trade. They drafted Hyatt. They brought back a couple of other receivers. I thought they was going to do pretty good, but that just didn't seem to be the case. Some of the negatives that I saw tonight, Dak, again, he didn't have a good game. No, he was pedestrian at best. I wouldn't say that he lit it up, but he didn't lose the game either. So he was steady. It's all we needed from him. Didn't need a whole lot, as far as him going out there, just lighting it up and doing his thing. So we didn't need any of that. Let's see. As far as the box score tonight, Dak went 13. I'm sorry. Yeah, he went 13 of 24 for 143 yards at a QBR 72.7. So it was pedestrian at best. But again, we didn't really have to have that. Tony Pollard kind of picked up where he left off last year. 14 carries, 70 yards, 5 yards a pop, 2 touchdowns. Rico Dowdle, the backup, he came in 6 for 24 for 4 yards a carry. Again, Cavante Turpin, he had 3 rushes tonight. I don't remember him. I think he had a couple of end arounds last year, but just coming to the game, he had 3 touches and averaged 4.7. Not bad. Dak ran when he had to. He had 1 run for 6 yards. Deuce Vaughn even got in there. He had 6 carries for 8 yards, but it was in mop-up time. But they get him a little bit of – they got to ease the young man up in there. From a receiving standpoint, CeeDee Lamb, wide receiver 1, 4 catches, 77 yards, had a longer 49. He had 4 receptions and 4 targets. CeeDee's got the oopsies. He gets the drops from time to time. So he's very consistent tonight. So he did his thing. Brandon Cooks, 2 catches, 22 yards. Pollard, 2 catches, 12 yards. Turpin, 2 catches, 11 yards. Jake Ferguson, man, I've been touting you the whole preseason and offseason. Your boy rocks with you, but you gotta catch the ball, man. You had a couple of drops. What's up, little Dice 504? Appreciate it, man. Yeah. I don't think they saw that coming, man. I'll be honest, I didn't see that coming. I thought it was going to be a little bit more of a game. Those divisional games always get me a little bit nervous because the teams know each other so well. But I probably said a little bit towards the end. I know I'm not supposed to as a Cowboy fan. I kind of feel bad for the Giants at the end because it seemed like Danny, man, was just getting beat up. It couldn't get anything done, and they just kept sending sackmaster after sackmaster after sackmaster, and they were just beating them up all the way, man. In the middle, on the edges especially. They couldn't get anything done. I don't know. At the end of the day, I think the Giants is still early. Like I was telling some of my buddies early, some of my Bears fans and whatnot. It's one game. The whole season does not resort on one game. Just got to stay consistent at the end of the day. So appreciate you hanging out with me, man. I know it's late. So thanks a lot, man. As far as looking at the team stats, Dallas had 18 first down to the Giants 14. Of those 18, I believe 8 were passing. 7 was rushing, and 3 from penalties. So, not too bad. Third down efficiency, 6 for 13. We'll take that all day. Fourth down, or 1 for 2. They ran 55 total plays, 10 less plays than the Giants ran, for a total of 265 yards. Giants had 10 more plays, but only got 171 yards. 65 plays, 171 yards. That's 2.6 yards per play compared to Dallas at 4.8 yards per play on 9 drives compared to 12. So they were pretty efficient tonight from a team. Let's see. What's up with the Turks? There's so many other weapons out there. I think they're just trying to see what they got of him early on. Like I was saying right before you came on, Mike McCarthy, he spoke heavily this offseason, just trying to find out what they can do with him, because he's a speed guy. I think he's like a 4-3 type of guy. And he didn't get hardly any touches last year other than special teams. So I think they're still trying to figure some things out. I think this is a perfect game, but it do seem like it was kind of forced there. Like they was really heavily favored to try to get him to rock. So we see how it goes next week. They got the sheriff coming in. So the defense is going to be a lot better than what the Giants showed tonight. So we'll see if they try to clean it up and try to get a lot of people more involved. Cooks got bottled up a little bit. A couple of catches, but nothing exciting. But again, that goes back to Dak didn't have to force the ball. I think we always got pass happy here when it came with Kellen Moore. And a lot of times we just get the passing way too much. And then we get ourselves in a situation where we become predictable on offense, and team just start teeing off on us. So hopefully, Mike McCarthy, his tenure in Green Bay didn't end well, but hopefully that little bit of an absence from having to call the plays, he was able to clean that up. And we see where it goes. Game 1, your boy take it a game at a time. Again, passing Dak 13 for 25, 5.7 yards per pass. Daniel Jones 17 for 30, 1.7 yards per pass. I think they showed a stat during the game. He only had roughly about 2 seconds, I believe. Roughly about 2 seconds to be able to try to get the ball off. So he didn't have a whole lot of time back there. It was kind of brutal, man. It's beating him up. So, as far as the negatives, again, it goes back, Dak didn't do a whole lot, but then again, we don't need him to do a whole lot. Got a couple of people banged up, but I think we'll be all right in that aspect. Not a whole lot of negatives tonight. How can it be a whole lot of negatives on a 40 to nothing victory? Can't be a whole lot on that. Let's look at the positives next, man. The positives that I saw, that defense is deep. I mean, they are deep. They kept bringing rusher after rusher after rusher. The secondary, a lot of young guys got in there. They were able to play because Ball even came in. He's put some hats on people. So they actually started off kind of good, being able to show what they got behind the starters. This valuable experience. As we know, it's a long season. We got 16 more games to go, 17 more weeks. So we know it's going to be some injuries throughout the season. So why not get the young guys out there and get them established and used to the pace of the game? So, that was one of the positives. Also, McCarthy, I like the pace of the game. I like the fact that it seemed like he had a rhythm. And a whole lot of negatives going on this weekend for the state system. Man, you said it, not me. You're right. My Longhorns beat up on the Crimson Tide yesterday, so I hadn't even came down off that high yet. And then come into this, so it was great. The Rangers won 2 games, so it's a good weekend in Texas for me, man. At the end of the day, so appreciate that. Red zone trips. Dallas got down there 4 times. They scored on 3 out of the 4 times. Giants got down there twice and came up with goose eggs both times. Penalties, it was kind of clean. 5 penalties for 35 yards. The Giants had 6 for 72. No turnovers. That's good again. Dak didn't have to force it. Play within the game. Giants had 3 turnovers. Yeah, man, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Let's see. Last thing we have, because these gonna be kind of short, use down to 30 minutes. We're going. We actually plan to do this after every Cowboy game. So, y'all come here, we win or lose, because it ain't gonna always be a happy moment, man. It's gonna be sometimes we just got beat up. So it is what it is. Far as let's see, our next game opponent got the Jets coming in again. Got discount double check riding in here, and I'll be honest, he owns my Cowboys here at home. So those if you in town, you plan on attending the game, come holler at us. I believe we are tailgating next week. We usually in lot 12. You're gonna know where we out there. We're gonna be live and the food gonna be smelling good. So we hope we can start off the season 2-0, but again, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Man, it's a lot of fun, man. I'm gonna sleep well tonight. Hopefully y'all sleep well. The Cowboys did their damn thing. Again, first episode of the OT Story Talk. If you're hanging in here with us, I appreciate you as always. Helps us continue to grow. This is another STWF-TV production, man. We just got stuff going all the time. Get some footage, we can definitely do that. Gotta be kind of careful though. Get too much footage, we get them strikes. But gotta be careful with video and music and and proprietary type information. So yeah, definitely plan to try to get something in there. Like I say, it's the first game. The first show. Wanted to jump on here, kind of talk it out, and as we continue to grow, we're gonna have those things like that. So that's a great suggestion for us. We appreciate that. Other than that, what's your prediction for next week? You think the Cowboys can beat the Jets? I don't know, man. We're gonna have to see. I know if my man 2 was here, he'd be like, hell yeah, we gonna win. 2 is positive at all times. We can get beat down to 2, gonna find us something positive out of it. And man, that's my guy there, man. He is Cowboys through and through. He's up in Patriot territory. But man, we appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get ready to go down here. I'm gonna look at the highlights again. Check out my fantasy team, see how we did. Yeah, we'll see what the Jets look like tomorrow. I would definitely be tuned in tomorrow. Make sure y'all come hang out with us tomorrow. So we do have the play call sheet tomorrow. We go around the NFL, look at the games, see how our picks did. We did our picks last Wednesday. Somebody is beating us up. It's the picks between 2, Will, Jake, and myself. So we're gonna track them all year long to see how we do. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. But again, welcome to the OT Story Talk. This is episode 1. We see y'all next time with that number love. Peace.